This is the experimental setup of smart security framework. This is the sensor layer, which contain all type of sensor. This is the emergency control room, and this is the central emergency control room. Before continuing to this experimental setup, I hope that you are able to work in the packet tracer and how to install the devices here, and how to drop the devices, and how to get connected all devices with each other. And if you are new to the packet tracer and you want to work in the packet tracer, look at my channel. There are some videos which initially discussed how to use the packet tracer for internet of thing, how to connect devices with each other, and if we are going to program these devices, then how we can do the programming. Okay, so this is the macro control unit. Macro control unit is actually used in the information IoT devices. This is the IoT device which connect all other devices. You can see that this is a small board, small computer which have operating system, and it can connect and read data from all these sensor. Similarly, this is a fork computer. There is a server one. This you can see that this is the fork computing. This is the this is a central device, and connected to the laptop, and all the devices are also connected to it. It is also connected with the smartphone, because if you are going to operate it with the smartphone or from the laptop, camera data is also streamed toward it. And this is the emergency door. In the case of emergency, this will be automatically open, and this is the alarm which will start ringing in case of the emergency. And this is the central emergency control room. All the data is not passed to the central emergency control room, but the data where notification is required to the central emergency control room, and where some type of external actions are required, then this alarm will start ringing. So I'm going to start a little bit. This is a temperature sensor, this is a smoke sensor, this is the motion sensor. Let's check that what it will did with the smart motion sensor. I will move the cursor here. It is not going to do something, but after pressing Alt, this will detect the motion. You can see that this is detecting the motion, and as the motion is detected, this alarm starts ringing. This means that only emergency control room is activated, that someone is moving there, someone is entering to the system. This is a metal detector. If the security guard don't check someone, and he passed to the metal detector, and some metal is detected, then this will notify the emergency control room. Let's check it. I move this metal to the, you can see that as the metal is detected, it sends the notification to the emergency control room. But you know that with the metal detection or with the motion detector, these are not a strong notification to be notified to the central emergency control center, because when the central emergency control center is notified, this will activate all the department, and they will come into the action to do some type of action there. So there is no need to send data towards it. This is a push button, this is a panic button. This means that when panic button is pressed, notification will be sent to the central emergency control center, because this is a notification that the institution is under attack. So I'm going to press this, and as I will press this, all the doors, all the emergency doors will be opened. The streaming will be continued to the external devices, to the cloud computing, and also the central emergency controls will start ringing. Notification will be start there. Okay, so I'm going to press the panic button. Okay, as I pressed the panic button, the DVR started streaming to the central emergency control room. All the emergency gate opened. Notification is also sent to the central emergency control room, which is situated in the institutions, and also notification is sent to the central emergency control room, and as the streaming is sent to it, and they can get the data from the sensor layer, so all things will be monitored from there and action will be taken. Okay, I'm going to stop it again. All the things will be stopped, but let's check that how I configured this, how I coded this, and how I applied all these things. First, MCU, I checked this one. We'll start in the programming. Okay, and in the programming I'm reading the pin. This is the pin mode. This is the one as an input, and to check this, that where is actually the one, pin mode 1 input. So where is the one? We check here. This is for D5, this is A2, this is 0, this is 1. Okay, so this means that this is the 0. A0 is taking input, 5 is also giving input, but 0 is taking as a output. Okay, and same the pin mode 2 is also output. Actually we are setting that all these pins are working as an input and output. Okay, so the pins which are working as an input, we place them as an input, and the ports which are working as an output, we place them as output. And this is the function which will actually read the smart sensor board. This will read all the sensor. For example, the first one is the temperature. This will give its reading in numbers and show the unit as a Celsius, and for the conversion we are doing the same thing to convert it. Okay, and exactly we are reading the motion detector, and it will give value in as a boolean, and we are reading a metal detector. Okay, we are reading the wind sensor, we are reading the smoke level, etc. And after that we are placing a loop, and in the smoke level we are putting the value which we are going to read from the A0 smoke level. Where is smoke level? This will be this is A0. Okay, and for the temperature we are reading A2. Actually this is A2, and for the metal detector we are reading A1. This is metal detector, this is A1. Okay, and we are putting the incoming input into the matter. Exactly we are reading 1, and we are putting its reading to the motion. It is actually a motion detector. We are reading input 5 and putting data into the push button, and we are reading 4 and putting its data into it. Okay, we are actually reading all these devices, and we are defining variable for every device to putting their data into different variables. After that we are printing, we are actually sending these data. Okay, for example, we are print line, we are sending the metal detector, we are sending the motion, we are sending the push button, and we are sending the wind button. Okay, we're here defining some new variables for all those variables, and for first time we're putting them as false and all these data as false. After that we start uploading. For example, if temperature is greater than 580, then it will write that it is a high, okay, and it will turn into true. Before that it was TM, okay, this was the TM. Before that TM was false, but here we put it as a true as the temperature increases from 580 Fahrenheit, and if no, it dropped to false. So in the case of true, this will notify the central emergency control room. In the metal detector, this is value which the metal detector equal to 80, and the metal detector will come true, otherwise it will be false. Exactly in the push button, when it is pressed, the push button variable will be true, otherwise it will be false. And exactly we are reading the motion detector and so on. And after that, with this function we are sending all this data to the server, okay. So these are the function. You may copy this data, or you can email me, you can comment me, and after commenting I will put data here below in the comment section, or I will mail it towards you if you are going to use this data in your own projects. And now in here, that how I control this one. For example, this is the MCU. In the programming I'm using the same function, okay. I'm reading some data, and according to this new data, here it state low means that the gate is closed, and high mean that the gate is opened, okay. And here how I program that. IoT monitor. In the IoT monitor we have a sensor board, and it is giving actually the formula is exactly not working, okay. This is the motion detector. It is a red panic button. It will change the color as we work on it. And this is the central emergency control room. ACC alarm is ringing or not. Emergency gate system. This may also be controlled from here, because if I click on this button, gate will be open, okay. And this is the DVR. It's not working, okay. You may also control it from here. And this is the AC alarm. You can also control it from here. When you will press, it will start ringing, okay. And this is a display, but I haven't working on it. And here is the conditions. I put some conditions here, and these are the conditions. For example, I'm going to edit someone on the ECR. This is the ECR actually, where the smart board motion detector is true, and also the smart board and metal detector is also true. Then ECR alarm will ring. And this is the condition structure for CC alarm, which is the actually control center alarm, this one. And this will run when the smart board panic button is true. When we will click the smart board panic button, this is the panic button, then all the system will start ringing, okay. And where the gateway system will open, gate system is also controlled with the panic button. When the panic button is pressed, the smart gate system will be opened. So this was the little introduction about how I program the smart security framework, and how I control all these devices. And if you're interested to learn more about the Internet of Things and how the smart devices are programmed, or how research is done, how the thesis are written, please scroll down my channel. There are a lot of videos for you. Thank you so much for watching.